I've spent hours dissecting the Stranger Things 5 teaser that really only had 12 frames of season 5 in it, but I looked at all 12 frames probably 10 different times, honestly more than that, probably like 20 times each. And today I'm gonna give you 5 things that you may have missed about the Stranger Things 5 teaser, and it's probably gonna be more than 5 things, but I just thought that was a good title. Before we get into it, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, join my Discord down below where we talk about Stranger Things every single day. And without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, the first thing you may have missed is this person who's up here who might be standing on the hayloft. He may be being levitated by Vecna. I don't really know, but that is Derek. And the reason I know that's Derek and not Holly, because they're both wearing rainbow shirts, is because later on in the trailer, the picture of this picture right here, you can see Derek's vest. And then if we go back to that frame, you can zoom in and you can see the outline of Derek's vest. So that is Derek. This is Will, Erica, Robin, and Joyce all in the barn. So that's, not that big of a deal, but that's something that I noticed. Okay, the second thing I wanted to talk about, which isn't that big, but like in this frame right here, first of all, it kind of looks like they're in a pool, like where Barb died, but I don't think it's that, obviously. I have no idea. But if you look at Dustin right here, you can see his face is actually beat up. I'm pretty sure he's bleeding right there, and then he has like a black eye. So I think that is gonna be the scene where like Eddie's bullies are gonna beat up Dustin because Dustin like is visiting Eddie's grave or something. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be that type of scene, which is depressing, but yeah. Something to note right there, Dustin does look pretty beat up, hanging out with Steve here in the Upside Down. Okay, this frame right here is obviously pretty interesting, but I'm 90% sure this is Will Byers laying on the ground after he yelled run, and this is Joyce Byers right here tending to Will. And the reason I say that is because in the previous frame, right before it, in this frame right here, this is Will, and Joyce is like holding him because like he's out of breath or whatever, or he's like just exhausted because he probably just got possessed or something. So in that frame that I just showed, this one right here, that is Will Byers. I'm 90% sure that's Will Byers, so pretty interesting. And on this frame, I mentioned this in my previous video, but I'm 90% sure this is a claw mark, or at least it looks like a claw mark. I don't know if you guys can see it on your screen that well, but I don't know how a claw mark would be there if like this isn't all the way open, but it is cracked open. So maybe like a monster like reached its claw out, and that's why, it's there. But either way, pretty cool. Also in this scene right here where Max is laid up in the hospital, she doesn't have her body cast on anymore. Remember when she went into the coma originally, she had a full body cast on, and that body cast is no longer on there. So obviously her body is healing, but we don't know where her mind is at. Like, is Max gonna be in Vecna's mind like the entire time? That's, something to note. Also, like the synopsis said for season 5 that Hawkins is going to be in quarantine and the military is going to be hunting down 11. But like I mentioned in my most recent video, like there was a picture, I'll just put it up on the screen, of this actor with a rifle or whatever. He looks like he's a part of the military. He's in Stranger Things season 5, and he's in a building with red lighting. And in this frame right here, 11's in a building with red lighting. It seems like she's in the building where that guy was, and if that guy is in the military, he was most likely in a military building. And if the military is shutting down the entire town and putting them in quarantine, then why is 11 in a military building with Hopper? Is she trying to help her friends? Is she trying to defeat Vecna? Is Vecna there? Like, I have no idea, but I'm 90% sure she's in a military building right here, and she's getting hunted down by the military. So something had to have happened for her to get that close to the military willingly, I would assume. I'm assuming she's not captured unless she was captured and Hopper went in and broke her out. That would be pretty cool as well. This frame right here, this is 11 and Hopper. Once again, I'm almost certain that's 11 and Hopper. People have turned the brightness up on this and put it in editors, and it really does look like 11 and Hopper. So pretty sure this is them. A lot of people said, like, what if this is like representing Will Byers' body? Because remember, he was tied up in the vines, sort of like this. Obviously he didn't look like that, but like he was tied up in the vines and like tied back, and his head was just showing. Like, people are saying, what if this is Will Byers' real body and Will Byers now is fake? I feel like that theory is too insane. But yeah, down there, that is 11 in Hopper, to my knowledge. Also right here, like Joyce is tending to Will, right? And obviously these guys see something that's freaking them out. Maybe it's the Mind Flayer, maybe it's Vecna, maybe it's something else. And Finn's like, hold up, or Mike's like, hold up, like stay back. But like in the background here, there's a bunch of military guards that are dead. So the question is, if they're dead, you know, how are they alive? Because all these guys don't even have a scratch on them. I mean, Mike's not even hurt. And Will is still standing. Like, did Will have powers and he killed all these guards and like saved these guys? Like, who knows? Did 11 come in? Is 11 in a different part of the frame here? But like, these guards are dead. You know, all the guards that we saw in this frame. Like, all these guards end up dying. And Will's on the ground right here when they're not even dead. So how are they dead? And then how is Will alive? So that's really, really something to think about, I guess. Also, a lot of people ask me, like, what is Joyce looking at right here? If you go to the next frame, you know, this is a barn, obviously. They're in a barn. If you go to the next frame, this is a barn door, and it's getting, you know, knocked into. So it's probably a demo dog, a demogorgon, whatever, like knocking on that door, and her holding the axe is pretty freaking cool. I really like that. I tried to get something from this frame, but there's really not much to talk about besides the fact that like one of these people are probably going to get captured, Holly or Karen, by Vecna, and they're probably looking at Vecna or something, which would be interesting. And the Max photo, there's literally nothing to note of besides she's out of her cast. Like this picture, like that was in season 4. Like this, Steve and Dustin are going to be in the Upside Down, and Dustin's hurt. Like I said in my video yesterday, 11's screaming like this. Will was also screaming. Is that happening simultaneously? Are they screaming at the same exact time? Because if so, I mean, watch out. Like, that is pretty freaking insane. But yeah, that's pretty much all the things I wanted to note in the trailer, all the things I noticed. And also people saying like this isn't good acting, like you're delusional. I get it, some people don't like Noah Schnapp and his views or whatever. You know what, I don't even know anything about that, but like if you think this isn't good acting, I really don't know what to tell you. Like, this is insanity. And his eyes, dude, his eyes sort of look like, you know, when he got possessed, his eyes like look, it doesn't look like he's that scared, you know, in this photo. I mean, obviously he looks scared, but like, it looks more like he's screaming and saying, like, something's happening to me, get out of here. I don't want to hurt you or something. Like, that's what it sort of feels like. It doesn't really feel like he's that scared, but it also feels like since he's screaming that loud and that shaking that much, it feels like he's not in control of his body. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he was in control of his body and wasn't getting possessed, why would he be screaming and shaking like that? I feel like maybe the sensation of the Vecna's presence is so strong that it's driving him insane. He's like freaking out. That could be something, but yeah, that is just an insane clip. I mean, that gave me legit chills, and then going into that, like, oh my God, absolutely beautiful, guys. It was just absolutely beautiful. Everything about it. Unbelievable trailer. But those are all the things I wanted to point out. I know I talked about a lot of them in my previous video, but I just wanted to go through and talk about all the little details that you may have not noticed. And honestly, I cannot wait for the next teaser, because I'm pretty sure we're gonna get like another teaser trailer before the actual official trailer. We might even get like 1 or 2 teaser trailers before the official trailer, which I would love. Like, maybe in the next teaser trailer, it's like, you know, 45 seconds of all season 5 footage, which would be like 100 frames or some, you know, something. Like, it wouldn't be 12 frames. If we got like 36 frames, I could make like 30 videos on that, you know. Then this, we got 12 frames in this, and I already made 3 YouTube videos, including this one, and like 10 TikToks. You know, imagine us getting like 40 frames. That would be awesome. So I cannot wait for the next official teaser. And yeah, let me know what you guys notice about the trailer. If you guys notice anything different than I did. Those are the main things that I wanted to point out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to have a great rest of your day. Join my Discord down below. Drop a like, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.